Hi everyone and welcome to today's video on the best stocks and shares ISAs in the UK for 2022. I've researched the best ones available for you. I have accounts with some of these and I've also got experience with others, so it's going to be a really informative video. If you like videos like this, don't forget to give the video a like, it really helps out the channel, and also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Before we get into the video, I'll just explain what we've got on offer today. So basically, I'm going to break down the best stocks and shares ISAs in the UK for 2022. I've done all the research so you don't have to, and there's something for every type of investor as well. So be sure to stay tuned and let's get into the video. A stocks and shares ISA is an ISA or an individual savings account that allows you to invest in the stock market. Because it's an ISA, any money that you hold in the account can grow tax-free. This means that you will not pay capital gains or income tax on your money at any time whilst it's in this account, and your ISA allowance for the current tax year is £20,000, so that means that the maximum you can contribute across all your ISAs is £20,000 for this year. If you'd like to find out more information about what a stocks and shares ISA is before we go into this video, then I suggest that you check out my intro video above, because that will go through all the information that you need to know. There are two broad types of stocks and shares ISA platforms. So there are robo-advisor platforms. This means that basically the work is done for you. All you need to do is choose your risk level and then they will choose your investments for you. So a really hands-off approach. On the other side, you have DIY investment portfolios. So here you choose your own investments yourself and you invest the money yourself. So it's quite the opposite of the other one, and it's a lot more hands-on. The DIY approach does give you more freedom, but it can be a little daunting at first. So if you're a new investor, the robo-advisor option might be something you would consider first of all. But even if you are a new investor, there's lots of information that you can get online, and there's lots of research you can do to find out what funds you'd like to invest in yourself. And then you can do those through a DIY platform, and it's really not as difficult as it may seem. So have a think now what might work best for you, because I'm going to break down the video into robo-advisors and DIY investment platforms. So have a think which one might suit you before we go into it. Also, just to mention, there is some overlap between the two. So as I said, have a think about what might work best for you. And first of all, we're going to discuss robo-advisors. So I've got three great robo-advisor investment platforms that you could choose for your stocks and shares ISA. So I'm going to discuss these first of all. Okay, so the first stocks and shares ISA I have for you is Moneybox. So Moneybox is an app-based stocks and shares ISA, so you will need to download the app for this. Their platform fee is 0.45%, and they also charge a monthly fee of £1, but this £1 covers all of your dealing charges. So when you buy and sell, you won't have to pay for this, it's included in the £1 monthly fee. The fund charges vary between 0.12% and 0.58%. So these are charges that you will pay with any platform because you pay to invest your money in that fund, and each fund will have a different charge. So they're just telling you that whatever fund you're investing in, the fee will be between 0.12% and 0.58%. 0.58% is definitely on the higher end. So when you're looking at funds, you could always check what the fund charges are. There are three risk levels to choose from here, and that's all you need to do to get started with investing. So you just choose your risk level, and you can choose between cautious, balanced and adventurous. Cautious has a high percentage of bonds, up to adventurous, which has a low percentage of bonds and a higher percentage of global index funds. Even though Moneybox is a robo-advisor, it's fully customizable, so if you see a fund on there that you're not that keen on, you can change it, and there are lots of fund options on offer. So that's just something to mention, that just because you choose your risk level doesn't mean you're locked into that. You can change your funds and your percentage allocations as you go along, which is really good. They are also really highly rated amongst customers, and they do really well in this regard, so definitely one to check out. The next stocks and shares ISA that I have for you is Nutmeg. So Nutmeg is run online and via an app. So you don't necessarily need the app. If you don't want the app, you can just run your stocks and shares ISA online, which is good for some people. The platform fee is between 0.45% and 0.75%, and this depends on which portfolio you choose. So I'll talk about the lowest cost one, which I also think is the best. This has a fee of 0.45% and it's called the fixed allocation portfolio. So with this one, you choose your risk level and they will invest in assets to match your risk level, and this is reviewed once a year. So that's the part of it that's the fixed allocation, is that you just review it once a year. So here you just answer some questions and that will help you determine the risk level that you need for your portfolio, and then they do the work for you and invest your money for you. They do tell you that the average fund cost is 0.19%, which is relatively low, so this is definitely a benefit with choosing Nutmeg. Also, they've won a Best Buy award, and they also have options for socially responsible investing. You can choose a portfolio just for socially responsible investing as well. So that's another great point about Nutmeg. The third and final robo-advisor stocks and shares ISA I want to discuss is Wealthify. So Wealthify is online and app-based. Their platform fee is 0.6% and their fund charges vary between 0.16% and 0.7%. You will notice that the platform fee is higher than the previous two that I've mentioned, and this will affect you more and more as your investments grow, in the sense that your fee will increase as your investments increase. So this is just something to consider. It's nice to keep your platform fee as low as possible, so you might want to consider option 1 or 2 if that's something you're worried about. Any platform fee will take away from your investment returns, so it's understandable that you want to keep this as low as possible because fees and charges do add up and they are taken away from any returns that you make. So definitely something to think about before you choose your platform. With Wealthify, there are 5 risk levels to choose from, and these are cautious, tentative, confident, ambitious and adventurous. Once you've chosen your risk level as well, there is also the option to choose original or ethical investments as well. So that's a really nice point, that you can choose to make all of your investments ethical as well. Those are all of the robo-advisors I wanted to tell you about today. If you're looking for an app-based stocks and shares ISA, I think Moneybox would be my top pick. And for the online stocks and shares ISAs, I would suggest that Nutmeg is a great option. So let's move on to DIY stocks and shares ISA. The first one I want to tell you about is Hargreaves Landsdowne. Hargreaves Landsdowne is online and app-based. Their platform fee is 0.45% and there is no charge to buy and sell funds. So this is a great and easy way to invest in the index funds of your choice, because it's free to invest in index funds and you can still set up a monthly investment into the index funds of your choice. So in that sense, it is a set it and forget it approach, but you do need to do the work up front, in the sense that you do need to choose your own investments up front. So that's what makes it a DIY approach. There are tons of resources on Hargreaves Lansdowne's website. If you're not sure where to start and you want some help really with choosing your funds, that's definitely something to check out. They have a wealth shortlist on there, which are expertly chosen funds, and you can set this just to show you index funds with low charges, and that would be a great place to start if you're not sure which funds to invest in, but you know you want to invest your own money in your own chosen funds. They will also even give you portfolio ideas based on your risk tolerance. So in that way, it's kind of similar to the robo-advisor, but they won't invest the money for you. You will need to select the funds yourself and say how much you want to put into each of these funds. But you can, like I said, set it up so that each month you get a direct debit out of your account and it goes into those funds. I can personally recommend the Stocks and Shares ISA with Hargreaves Lansdowne because I've had a Stocks and Shares ISA with them for a number of years and I've been very happy with them. The second DIY Stocks and Shares ISA that I want to tell you about is Freetrade. So Freetrade is app-based. You will need to download the app to get on with their Stocks and Shares ISA. Their fee is £3 per month, so it's not percentage based, which is a positive because it means that your fee won't increase as your investments increase. Your fee is fixed at £3 per month. There are no dealing charges, so that's the great thing about Freetrade, is that trades are free. There is a percentage fee on overseas share dealing, so that's just something to mention. A great thing about Freetrade is that you can buy individual shares. So if you're looking to buy individual shares, then you can do this on a fractional basis, which basically means that you can buy half a share or a third of a share, or however much of a share you want to buy, which is different from a lot of the other investment platforms which only allow you to buy whole shares. They are always adding new stocks and ETFs to their app. They are really transparent and easy to use. I have an account with them and I've been really impressed with it. I think they are a really good platform, so I think that they could be a great option for your stocks and shares ISA. The third and final DIY stocks and shares ISA that I'm going to tell you about is AJ Bell. AJ Bell is online and app-based, and their platform fee varies between 0.05% and 0.25%, so really low, and the lowest that I've mentioned today. They do have a fund dealing charge of £1.50. So that's just something to think about, because if you are, say you're buying into 5 funds on a monthly basis, then that will soon add up, and it might even increase your charges relative to if you chose, for example, Hargreaves Landsdowne. So that's just something to think about, because that fee could potentially add up if you are investing in a number of funds on a monthly basis. It's something to think about, but it's still a good option. If you are looking to invest in a single index fund every month, then you'd only be paying £1.50 a month for that, and then you'd pay the small platform fee on top. So definitely not something to put you off. And they do have over 2,000 fund options available, so I wanted to mention it because it is a really low platform fee, and that could really make a difference to your investment over the long term. AJ Bell do have lots of investing ideas on their website, which you can check out if you're not sure which funds to invest in. With any of these, I would recommend seeing which funds are on offer before you go ahead and open your stocks and shares ISA with them, because then you can see which options are available, because there might be certain options, certain funds that you really want to invest in, so that would be something to check out before you open your ISA. They will often have very similar options, and they will usually have an option that tracks the index that you're wanting to track, so it's just something to think about. So just to summarise on the DIY stocks and shares ISAs, I think that Freetrade is a great stocks and shares ISA app. That's a DIY approach. I really recommend their app. I think it's really easy to use and it's a really good app. I recommend Hargreaves Landsdowne if you're looking for an online. They do have an app as well, but if you are looking for an online stocks and shares ISA that has a DIY approach, I recommend Hargreaves Landsdowne because I think it's really good. So as you can see from this video, with a DIY stocks and shares ISA, there is a little more to think about up front, and there might be a few more choices to make, but you might find that over time this one works for you. Or if you're just getting started, you might just want to go for a robo-advisor and just get everything sorted for you. Whichever you choose, I hope this video was helpful for you in giving you the best options that are available in the UK for this year. If you like the video, don't forget to give the video a like, it really helps me out. Thank you for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.